Hello everybody, I am back with a Q&A. I've actually just filmed a video and I was going on and on in that video like, this is my first video, my new flat, blah 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 blah, but it's actually not because this one's going up first, so I don't know where my logic is. But hello, I am in my new flat, obviously. This is one of my new setups. I'm gonna have a few in this flat, but I really like this one. I think it's dead cute. I'm sat on a little poof on the floor and it just feels so cozy, so I'm really liking it so far. But I am gonna do a Q&A. You guys asked me loads of questions on Twitter. I should probably do an Instagram one at some point because I know a lot of people from Instagram don't actually have Twitter, and I've done so many Q&As from Twitter that I feel like I just get the same question over and over again, whereas if I did one on Instagram, maybe people would ask some different things. I'm not sure. The first question is one that has divided a nation. How do you pronounce scone? Bone, phone, scone. Scone makes me want to throw up. It's literally scone. If an old friend of yours that you've decided to give up on comes back to you, do you think you can still be friends with him/her? Tricky question. I feel like with most friendships, when you're older, there's no real definitive reason as to why you're not friends anymore. For most people, I'd say once you reach the age of like 20, you just drift apart with people. There's like very little times is there actually any drama. So I guess if someone came back into my life and I felt like there was a friendship still there to be had, or they'd been out of my life for a couple of years and they changed as a person, I changed as a person, maybe our new versions of ourselves would get on and the friendship would last longer than it did in the first place. I would say if there was no drama involved, then yes, I would be friends with them again. But if there was drama, I would assess the situation because I don't like having drama in my life. Shocking, I know. How do you feel about Jackmate and other YouTubers that profit from slating the big YouTubers? This is a question full of the tea. I have watched Jack's videos for about a year, if not over. I think sometimes he says things that I would just love to say, and sometimes I agree with things that he says, but then sometimes I'm a bit like, oh, that's a little bit too far. I think it just depends on the situation. I think a lot of the times he's the kind of like drama channel where he only really discusses drama if someone has made drama. Whereas people like John Cookian just make stuff up, and I feel like people like that I just can't deal with. I don't know John in person, he might be a nice person, I'm not here to slate him like he slates other people, but my feelings on Jack is that most of the time he says the things that other YouTubers want to say but can't. He's like the Simon Cowell of the YouTube generation. However, sometimes I think he crosses a line. So there we go. Altogether though, I feel like nobody should profit off of slating people, but I don't really think Jack slates people a lot of the time. He just tells what has happened. Why I'm doing that? Yeah, I feel like that's kind of tea-ish. What is the one thing you regret saying no to in your YouTube career? The one thing I regret is when I had my first Primark homeware range, I was supposed to do a meetup in the London store and it was all planned, like so many people had planned to come, and I had to cancel it last minute because my mental health was literally on the floor, if not further down. I couldn't even bring myself to leave my flat like most days then, and I'd got myself in a state where I couldn't sleep. I was so anxious about it. I was not sleeping. My head was just not okay, and I've always been so anxious to do meetups. It's not something I ever have done. I planned one anyway. When I went to Summer in the City in 2016, I ended up doing a little impromptu one, which was so fine because I had zero time to like mull it over in my head and make it a big deal. However, this year I am doing a meetup at Summer in the City, so if you're going on that weekend and you would like to meet me, I will be there. I feel like no one's gonna turn up. I feel really nervous about it. I'm like, literally no one cares about me anymore. But yeah, I would love to meet you if you do want to meet me. That would be amazing. But yeah, that is the one thing I regret, but I could not have done it with how I was at the time. No way on earth. But I still feel so sad for everybody who'd like planned the journey to get there, and letting people down is not something that I'm ever okay with, and that has just like sat on my shoulders ever since it's happened. Will you help name my dog? He's a boy. He is cute. I like him. I would call him maybe Beau, like B-A-B-E-A-U. Is that how you spell it? I don't know. Beau, I think that's so cute. He would be a cute River, like that would be a cute dog name, I feel like. Dash, Navy, he's got blue eyes, he would be cute as Navy. Yeah, I hope that helps. Probably doesn't, I have weird name taste. Scrunch or fold? I know you're on about toilet paper, I fold. I have never scrunched in my whole life, I'm just a folder. Do you ever feel unfulfilled by only doing the YouTubes? I honestly feel very unfulfilled by just doing YouTube, because YouTube was never the career that I wanted. I am so grateful that it is my job. Like, I cannot stress that enough. It has given me so much. However, I've always wanted to be a performer and be a singer. So in that respect, I feel very unfulfilled, but I have started my singing lessons again. I'm working on a big music project right now, and I am doing that now. So I think my life in the next couple of years will have a very big change career-wise. So I'm just enjoying YouTube for however long I will be here. I feel like I enjoyed YouTube more when it was my hobby. When it becomes your job and you have to do it to pay your bills, it gets very intense, which I feel like people don't really talk about. But being on your own all day, editing all day, not having any team members around you, filming alone all day, you're pretty much just alone all day, because editing takes a lot longer than everybody thinks it does. I can be editing a video for like 8 hours. So I'm sat there just on my own for 8 hours, and then I filmed it, which takes about 2. So that's literally my whole day where I'm just on my own. So in that respect, I would definitely like benefit from actually seeing people in a day. But as I said, I do love doing YouTube, and I'm so grateful for everything that it's given me. Oh, this is another very tea question. What's your opinion on the whole Ingham family situation? I've never watched them before, and I'm frankly disgusted, and I hate how people are so quick to call the girls that came forward liars. This is a big thing. I've never watched them. I tried watching one of the vlogs and I just can't get into it. That kind of overly happy, like, I just can't deal with that in a YouTuber, so nah. Obviously, only the people involved know what's happened. I can't say he's done it. I can't say she's lying. I can't say she's not lying, and I can't say he's not done it. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like in this kind of situation, you have to treat everybody who comes forward as being the truth until it may be proven otherwise, if it ever is. I feel like when it comes to victims of these things, people are so quick to say people are lying, and that is just not right. Like, if this was you and you had gone through a situation of grooming or rape or anything like that, and you come forward and someone then calls you a liar, but not just someone, the freaking whole of the internet, it's ridiculous. Like, I feel like you have to treat everybody who comes forward as being the truth in this situation, unless proven otherwise. I think the fact that he is like 33, 34 and talking to 16-year-old girls is disgusting. Even if nothing sexual happened, even if it didn't, the fact that he's talking to them every day is gross. And I don't really have any good things to say about the situation other than treat victims with respect unless they are proven otherwise. Leaving it on that. Are you seeing anyone at the moment, and have you ever tried Tinder? I have tried Tinder. I'm not seeing anyone at the moment. I can't get behind Tinder at all. I find it so awkward because the first thing people ask is like, what do you do as a job? And then I'm not a liar unless I'm in a taxi, and then I say I work at Tesco, because taxi drivers are ridiculous asking how much you earn and stuff. But I have this thing, if I meet someone, I don't want them to know a single thing about me. I don't want them to have a way to even find out anything about me. I want to meet someone the old-fashioned way, where it's like two strangers meet and then they learn everything about each other. And I feel like as soon as you say it on YouTube, they watch your videos. That is the most instant turn off for me. As soon as anyone watches my videos, I'm like, bye. I hate it so much. So I find Tinder really hard in that respect because I don't want to lie about what I do, but also they just watch your videos and then it's like, get to know me, not my videos. Do you know what I mean? Even though I'm pretty much the same, but yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm not seeing anyone. If you could only listen to one song, watch one movie and one TV series for the rest of your life, which would you pick? The song I would listen to, I've always said it would be Bohemian Rhapsody because there's so many different parts of that song. Like part of it is like, oh, da, 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 da. And then like it goes higher, goes faster, it goes slower. It's a long song. It's just like a good one to jam out to. But maybe I would pick something from a musical. I'm not entirely sure what, but something that I can really sing to, probably from Les Mis. If I could only watch one film for the rest of my life, it would be The Holiday. I can't imagine never watching The Holiday again. I watch it honestly like 4 times every single year. Maybe even more. I love it. It's like my favourite film. And then one TV series, probably, I'm going to class this as one. The Vampire Diaries and the Originals. The Originals is the spin-off of the Vampire Diaries, so I'm just bunging them together. I would watch those. Rudest fan experience. Ugh. I think I might have told this before. I know I've spoken about it on Twitter. Maybe in a vlog. Maybe I haven't spoken about it in a Q&A, but I'm not sure. So, I had a viewer, I don't like calling people fans, it makes me feel ugh. I had a viewer who found out where I lived in London. I don't really know how they found out, but they did. And they would always wait outside my house. They would just be there all the time. I think they knew my gym schedule, and whenever I came back from the gym looking gross, feeling gross, needing a shower, they would be stood waiting outside my flat. And like, I'm a nice person. I know some people don't think so, but I actually am so polite and like will be nice to most people unless I have a reason not to be. So I was always like, hi, like, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. Bear in mind, I was so sweaty and gross all the time because I'd just come back from the gym, and she would just grab me and hug me, and like, she was my age and taller than me because I'm quite short, so I was like meh. Like, I love hugging you guys, but not when I'm sweaty and smelly and gross, and not every freaking day after I've come back from the gym when I just want to go inside and have a shower. So that happened all the time. And then she would want pictures every single time. So I took pictures, which I shouldn't have done outside my flat, but I'm too nice to say no. And then one day, I was in the worst mood ever. I was feeling really anxious. I had my headphones in. I was going to a personal training session with my trainer. And I got out of my flat and she was there across the road. And I just locked eye contact and I was like, Jesus Christ, not today. So I put my head down and I started speed walking. Like, I did smile at her. I smiled at her. Then I put my head down and I was speed walking away. And as I was going around the corner, obviously I had my headphones in, so I couldn't hear anything. I just thought like she would have stayed there while I was walking, but she didn't. She ran after me. She grabbed me by my hood and like jerked me back and was like, why aren't you talking to me? Blah, 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 blah. And I said, get off me, and like tried to walk away, and she grabbed me again by my hood and I was like, get off me. And then I just walked away, and I told my personal trainer when I got there, because at this point I was feeling really freaked out because she was the same age as me. She was taller than me. She was like a bigger build than me. She was very intimidating, and she also came from a different country and didn't have the best English. So all of that mixed into one, and the fact that she'd waited outside my house every freaking day for like ages and just like grabbed me and just wouldn't let me go whenever she saw me. I was really freaked out by it. So I told my personal trainer and he was like, I will walk home with you, Gabby, like tell me, I will walk you home, blah, blah, blah. But she wasn't there when I got back. So I found her Twitter and Instagram because she tweeted me all the time. She also spray painted my face around Camden. So there we go. I found her Twitter and Instagram, told her it's not okay. She deleted her Twitter and Instagram and I've never heard from her again. But that was my worst fan experience. Creepy. I feel like all these questions have such long answers today. What were your honest thoughts when you found out Hobies twins weren't real? Were you surprised, or did you kind of think the girl was sketchy from the start? Love you. I thought she was sketchy from the start. NGL. This is the first time I've spoken about this on my channel, I think. I thought she was creepy all the way through, and then when it got to the end, everything was just so shady, and I didn't get a reply from Hobby for a couple of days after like the birthday. So I was like, something is going on here. My spidey sense was tingling. And then when I did hear back and he told me what went on, I was like, what the actual F? Who does that? She is crazy. I can't say I expected it, but it was very shady circumstances. So by the end I was like, something ain't right here. So yeah. One last question. Let's finish on a nice one. Somebody has put, what is your dream for the future? In about 10 years, how do you imagine your life? I love you. Love you too. My dream for the future is to have been on stage on the West End, in Les Mis preferably, Wicked, The Sound of Music. I would love to play Liesel. I actually feel like I'm gonna cry talking about it. Something has clicked in me recently. Like, I've been put down for so many years. My confidence has been absolutely on the floor. And then when I started having singing lessons again recently, it's just all clicked back into place, and it's made me realise that I need to go for my dream. I need to stop making people make me feel like I don't deserve it, and I need to just go for it, because at the end of the day, that's what I've wanted to do with my life since I was like 12 years old. I can't let nasty people put me down so much that I never go for it. And it's all just clicked in my head recently, and I just want to fully go for music from now on. I do want to start having acting lessons again. I did acting in college. I was okay at it, I feel like, but because I've always had confidence issues, I've always found it quite hard to like let go. So I want to have private acting lessons. Hopefully start auditioning for some stuff next year, which would be incredible. Like, if I got cast as a part in a show, that would make my entire life. I can't even express to you like how happy I would be. God, I'm gonna cry. I've got fake eyelashes on, I can't cry. But yeah, that would just mean the world to me. So in 10 years time, I would have loved to have been on the West End. I would have loved to have an album out. I would love to have kids by then. I don't know what has happened to me, but I never wanted children, and now I want children like now. Obviously not gonna have them. I have so many things in my life that I want to do before having kids. I would love a family, so hopefully in the next few years, like, that might be a thing that happens to me. Definitely in the next 10. And what else? I would just like to be happy and content. I feel like I've never been content, and that's like a feeling that I'm wanting and I would like to have. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go. Give this video a thumbs up if you like Q&As, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see more. And I'm gonna go, but I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.